What do you like to do? Now, I know full well that many of you, your response is, I don't even know anymore. I could probably guarantee 90, maybe more percent of you really answered that question with, I don't even know anymore. I'm so overwhelmed. I've lost myself. I'm nothing that I started out to be. I'm not the professional that I worked so hard to become, and I'm just not even fun anymore. That can be our answer and our response to what do you like to do? And, life can really leave us feeling overwhelmed. And this is normal and common. So I don't want you to feel like you're a freak of nature and you're the only one that feels like this, because the devil would like to make you feel bad that you feel this way. We all have so much to juggle, and keeping all the balls in the air is just a daunting job, balancing outside work and inside work and church work and homework and family responsibilities and financial tasks. That's just to name a few. It's a non-ending feat. Sometimes it can feel like a perpetual treadmill. Like, I've exercised so much because I'm on this treadmill of life, I can't even get off. We go to sleep at night just to get up and start all over again. It causes us to feel unfulfilled and not satisfied in our life, in ministry, and with our spouse. And this is really real stuff that I'm talking about. I'm not talking about putting on a mask and pretending everything's perfect. I'm talking about reality. I've seen many wonderful women walk away from beautiful lives because they got lost somewhere in life and chose to jump out, just jump, thinking it was their only solution was to bail. And actually, it's the worst solution. So let's look at this and talk about it right now before it gets to that place where we're just jumping out of life. I've seen so many, and more recently, just jumping out and not continuing on. And really, it's the worst destruction that you can get into, even worse than losing yourself. So let's talk about how we can keep ourselves from losing ourselves. Now, I have a fabulous husband that recognizes this and has sat me down plenty of times and told me, you're going to sit here until you can write down 3 things that you like to do. It's so easy to get lost in just doing what everybody else wants us or needs us to do or needs us to be. And believe me, I'm all for the I'm crucified with Christ. I am crucified. There is no me. But God created us for abundant life and to enjoy life. And if we have that balance off, something will snap inside of us, and it's not good or healthy. So, how do we reconnect with loving life, abundant life, with finding us again? And what do we like when we feel squelched and obliterated by all of our obligations, responsibility, and an overwhelming sense that we are just drowning? Life can become uncomfortably predictable. It can be stagnant and feel like a hamster wheel. Guess what? You can't wait for life to slow down, because how many of you are with me and you know that just does not happen? Oh, when life slows down, I'll just figure out what I want to do. When I get older, I'll figure out when I have more time. That's not going to happen. We can't wait for our kids to grow up to get back to ourselves and doing our stuff. We can't wait for our hardships to go away, because the Word of God tells us in this world there will be tribulations. We can't wait for all those things to get our life back. Our life is right now. So you might not be able to take the time to go for a long walk alone, but we can take a walk while pushing a stroller, or go on break and take a walk and enjoy the gorgeous, lush green and the sounds of summer. So maybe it will look like just simply taking time out of a day, because that's how you get it, is you take time out of a day. Right now, something that we do is any 2 hour window because we are nonstop. I mean, from morning till 10 o'clock at night, just on the go, 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 go. So anytime we get a 2 hour window, we hop on the motorcycle and we go for a ride. So, it may look like that we're out enjoying our motorcycle every day of the week and that's all we do. No, I recapture every ounce of free time that I can to do things that we enjoy doing. We have to create this time. Simply noticing nature and walking and breathing in and feeling the beauty can absolutely be so good and so healthy and so therapeutic for us. Just taking time to just take a deep breath. So it's so easy to get caught in the day and the busyness of the day that you don't even take a moment to enjoy a sunset or a sunrise or enjoy the beauty, the flowers that are blooming, and just the sounds of summertime and the green. Just capture whatever moments you can that will bring joy to your life, that are about you. We have to incorporate small bits of pleasure and enjoyment so that then we can handle the pressure and the stress more effectively. So we have to make sure we're incorporating little bits of the things that we enjoy doing so that we're not completely lost in the day and we end up 10 years down the road being like, I can't do this anymore. I just have to get out. No, there's no me left in this. And so we have to etch out. We can't wait for everything to be perfect to start tackling this. We need to address it right now, look at it, and start incorporating every chance that we get, whether it be 30 minutes here or 30 minutes there, of doing little things that bring us enjoyment, because God created us, yes, to seek and to save them which are lost, and to share his message, but he also created us for enjoyment so that we could have abundant life. A little bit of pleasure, a little bit of thinking about ourselves, a little bit of recapturing some time can go a long way. We have to put into our day, starting with the smallest of small things. You have to make a conscious decision to add something that you like. Maybe it's just tea. Maybe a cup of tea. So take 5 minutes every day and brew yourself a cup of tea and just sit and hold that warm cup in your hand and enjoy having a cup of tea. It can be as simple as a cup of tea. It can be as simple as going for a walk. Maybe it's reading that you like. Get a good book. Maybe it can be an educational book, a developing book, just some book. Maybe it's just a story book, a great testimony book. Just get a book and start reading, taking 30 minutes in a day and reading a book. Maybe it's journaling or blogging that you like doing. Just start taking time to do it every single day. These little things add up and will make you feel like you aren't completely lost in life. So what I want you to do right now is what my husband has forced me to do many times. And this isn't something we get to just do once. It's so easy to get lost in life. We have to often come back to this place. Wait a minute. What is it that I like to do? The first time he sat me down, I honestly had no clue. I did not know what made me happy. I had not even considered what I like to do in so long because my life was so wrapped up in taking care of children and taking care of church and work and my husband and everybody but me. And it's so important to take time to pay attention to the things you like to do because God created you to enjoy life, to have abundant life. Nothing pleases Father more than seeing his children happy and blessed. So what I want you to do is I want you to make a list of things that you like, things that you're interested in, and things that make you happy. Now, this might take you a little while to do, but I want you to get a pen and a piece of paper, or you can use your phone and just go on the notepad, things I like. Just title it, things I like. And then just start adding some things to the list. So the first time I did, I sat out on my back deck and I just sat there just empty. Like there was no me. I was definitely not fun. I was in the hamster wheel. I didn't have time for anything. And so when I sat down, it was so challenging to try to find something that I like to do. I didn't even remember what I like to do anymore. So how I started was I started thinking about back to times that made me happy. What things did I do that made me happy? And so I discovered I liked fishing. I love to fish, and it had been a long time that I hadn't been fishing. So I put fishing down on my list. I like to fish. It makes me happy. And guess what? My husband made time for us to go fishing, and I love fishing. It makes me super happy. I don't know if it's the sound of the water or being outdoors or the sunshine or actually catching fish. I don't know what it is, but I love fishing. I just love the quiet. I love the just the sounds, the smells. Well, the fit not so much the fish smell, but I guess that is okay when you're enjoying the time. So I like fishing. Maybe it's golfing. I personally hate golfing, but some people really enjoy the relaxing of golfing. You might not have time for 18 holes of golf. Find a 3-hole golf course and just go. They're usually free. We have one right here locally that's free. You can go and you can just drive golf balls and try to hit them in. Maybe it's knitting or crocheting or some kind of needlework or cross stitch or crafts or I'm just trying to come up with ideas to help you because believe me, I know when I was sitting out there just trying to think of things that I like to do was so challenging and so difficult. So let me think back. I know fishing was one of the things that I decided that I liked. And I knew it took me a long time. It wasn't like I just sat down one time. So go ahead and start your list. Put some things on your list. Maybe it's just one thing today, and maybe something will come up because now it's brought up in your mind and you're thinking about it. So as you're going about your day, you might think of some other things. What are some other things that we can like to do? I love hiking. I love hiking. I like being out in nature. I like going for walks. I love hiking. That was another one that I had put on my list. I love to bake. I like going out and buying a magazine and then picking something that's in the magazine that I've never made before, either baking or dinner. Same thing. I grab a magazine and I pick those things and I just etch out a day. All right, I'm going to do this for these 3 hours. This is going to be what I do. And just bake. And cook dinner and then invite my kids over or make something special for my husband and put out some candles. And I love to cook and I love to bake. Those are things that I like to do. Now, listen, when I sat down, I did not know that I like to do these things. I remember when we aren't paying attention to ourselves, we can easily get lost and forget completely some of the things that we like to do. I love the water. Anything to do with water. You put me near any body of water and I am a happy camper. I like sitting by the water. I like swimming in the water. I like playing on the water. I like kayaking. Anything to do with water. I love water. So any chance I get, I'm out on my kayak, and it's not often that I get to do it, but I strive in the summertime to try to go once a week. Doesn't always happen, but that's a goal that I have, and it makes me happy. So we have to incorporate times that make us happy. So maybe you work until 4 or 5 o'clock at night. The day is not over then. That's just when you can start recapturing some of the stuff that you like to do. Maybe if it's baking or cooking, when you come home, that becomes your evening. The thing that you enjoy to do is cooking. You can go kayaking in the evening. You can go on an evening hike. You can go someplace and watch the sunset. Whatever it is that you found that you like to do, maybe you like to write. Maybe you like photography. I am not a photographer. I don't even have a nice camera. I have an iPhone, but I love photos. I'm obsessed with taking photos. My husband and I, we ride bicycle because that's something he enjoys. So I try to do things that he enjoys too. So when we ride bicycles, our bicycle riding when he goes with me entails stopping every 5 seconds to take a picture of something that's pretty because that's something I like to do. I like to take pictures of nature and beautiful things, and I'm always blessed. I am always blessed when I'm out in nature with seeing the coolest thing, getting to see turtles and eagles and just whatever amazing thing that God has created. I'm so blessed because I appreciate even those little tiny things that I get to see and take pictures of. It just makes me happy. So I want you to take time today, right now, write that list out. Things I like, things I'm interested, things that make me happy. And I want you to write those things down. Maybe it's maybe you like flowers. Maybe you like fresh flowers on your table. Go out on a wildflower drive and cut some wildflowers and bring them home and put them on your table in water. I don't know. Come up with some ideas of things that you like to do. What's some more things? I've named a lot of things that I like to do. So hopefully that'll help you getting started. But I certainly can't tell you the things that you like to do or the things that make you you. That's you. So you need to decide what it is that you like to do. Think back to things that you've done that have made you happy and make sure you're doing those things. Make time. Don't just let the day slide away from you and not do those things. Sometimes, my favorite time when the kids were younger was like at 9 o'clock. It was when they would go to bed. Everything was pretty much done for the day. So I didn't want to go to bed. I stayed up late because that was my time where I got to do things that I enjoyed doing. So sometimes that's my favorite time, is that 9 to 11:30 time slot. That's a lot of time that we can still do things that we enjoy doing. But if we get so busy and we just say, nah, I'm not going to do that, and just go to bed, then you're in that hamster wheel because you're waking up and you're doing the same thing over again tomorrow. So let's add just the little special things. Maybe it's sitting out on your deck with your cup of coffee or your cup of tea and just taking 5 minutes. Leave the phone inside. Leave everybody. Don't respond to anything. Just sit and enjoy the silence. Some of my favorite things to do are just to sit in silence. You can probably relate to me. A cup of coffee and nothing else around is just beautiful. I absolutely love my time with God, and that should be a given. If we aren't doing that, you're not surviving, and you're definitely not thriving in life. So my morning time is just set apart for God. I read the word for several hours and just get in the presence of God, put on my worship music, and just really, really saturate myself in God, because that's what keeps me going. That's what keeps the fire burning inside of me, like we talked about last week. If you didn't get to watch last week's, go back to the past messages. It's at the bottom of your screen. It says watch past videos. You can go on there and watch past videos. And last week's was "The Fire Keeps Me Burning." It was an incredible message that God gave me, that's been really setting in my spirit. And I've just been seeing myself soaking in God. And when we soak in God, He saturates every fiber of our being. And that's just incredible. So I love that time too. That's not what I'm referring to here, though. I am referring to things that you can do that bring you joy and happiness, that are fun, that are extracurricular, that aren't your norm. Work, hamster wheel, go to sleep, start back up, do the same thing every day. I'm saying let's break out of the ordinary. Let's break out of that dull, because if we don't, it's very real that you could wake up someday and just think, my only option is to get out of this life. And that's not the option. The best option is for you to find and love the life that you're in right now. So sit down, think of some things. What are small pleasures that you can add to your day? I'm not saying, oh, a week's vacation. I want to take a week's, that'll make me happy. No, I'm talking about the little tiny things in a day that can bring joy and pleasure and bring a little sense of you and what you like to do. Give the gift of you back to yourself in small doses and little rewards, and they will start to add up. Enjoyment will come back to your life and your day. As I say, it's the little things that count. And I'm sure you've said that before too, when you're referring to your husband, trying to remind, it's the little things that count. So I'm going to remind you today, It's the little things that count. It's the little 5 minutes here, 5 minutes there. If you like knitting or crocheting, maybe you can't finish a whole blanket in a night, but maybe you can pick it up and do it for 5 minutes. Maybe you can do 20 minutes or 30 minutes a day. And guess what? This is not just a female thing that goes on. Men can feel the exact same way. So please, women, help your husband find the things that he likes to do that cause him joy in life too, because it's very real that they can get to feeling like they're dissatisfied and they're not fulfilled and they're not happy in life. So help him discover the things that he enjoys doing and then make time and do it with him, even if it's something you don't particularly enjoy. I was terrified of riding bicycles, but my husband really wanted to do it. So I ride bicycle. Is it something that I absolutely enjoy doing? No, but I do it and I like taking pictures. So I make bicycling taking pictures. So really, we don't go out bike riding in my mind. We go out to capture pictures of beautiful things in nature. So I can enjoy biking with my husband while I'm taking pictures. So it's a win win situation. But just making sure that you and your spouse are taking time to find things that you enjoy that make you happy, because God did call us to have abundant life and to enjoy life. We love seeing our sons and daughters when they're blessed and happy and having fun. How much more the Heavenly Father enjoys when you are happy and having fun. You're not just a workhorse. That is not what you were created for. That is an outcropping of wanting to please our Father. But our Father is also pleased when we have pleasure and enjoy life that He created for us, and that we're thankful for it. It causes us to have such a great sense of gratitude and thankfulness when we're enjoying life. There's no gratitude in miserable life when we're just working and overwhelmed. There's no sense of gratitude, and gratitude can change your attitude. We've heard that quote all the time, but it's so true. I mean, it's so easy to praise God and thank Him for life when you're enjoying life. So your assignment is to enjoy life. Even if you say, "Oh, I have no time. I'm telling you, my schedule is nonstop. I make time. I will not go through life without enjoying life." It causes such a bubbling of praise to God and gratitude. I mean, I could just go on and on about how thankful I am for life, but it comes from enjoying the life that God has blessed me with. So your challenge and your homework is to find the things that you enjoy in life, and I want you to write them down. And I don't want you to stop there. I want you to make time to do them. If it's at 9 o'clock at night, or if it's waking up early and doing it at 5 o'clock in the morning, if it's doing it on your break or doing it at 5 o'clock when you get home from work, whatever it is, you're going to make time to have fun. You're going to enjoy life. You're going to laugh again. Enjoy being in this world and this life, because if we don't do it, there's going to come a day where you think the only solution is out, and that's the worst possible solution. So let's tackle this today. I love you all, and I really hope this spoke to your spirit, and I pray that you will do something with this so we can save people from making the awful mistake of just jumping out of this beautiful life that God has given us. I love you. Have a blessed week, and we'll see you next week, ladies.